We're now moving on to how we can add meaning. And for this, we're going to pull up a PowerPoint and we're going to see how we can write meaningful alt text, how we can mark images as decorative, and how we can use descriptive link text and how to keep this all clear. So let's look at those images, which we've got in our PowerPoint. So we've got this PowerPoint right here, wrote this ages ago, and I know there's a lot in here. So let's go immediately to review, as we did before, check accessibility, and all of a sudden we're going to start seeing all of these things that are going on right now. Now the first thing, we got this quick fix. That sounds great to me. We can review 6 things as decorative and see if that's okay. So we review to it and it'll say a text box, a text box, a text box, a text box, a text box. Now if we start looking at these different text boxes, I can tell you that what actually happened is these are empty text boxes. Maybe not this last one, but these other ones are just empty text boxes that somehow got selected in here. So I'm going to select all of them. This last one I took a look and maybe that has something in there. We'll confirm it, and with confirming selected, it's going to automatically fix all of those and say let's move forward. Now it has one. We can review that one. We'll look at that and I realize actually that is also just a text box hidden inside a text box. So we're going to start seeing right away how these accessibility issues are actually really easy to fix, and it's just, in that case, an empty box. So let's go back here. Oh, we got this, review, select all, confirm, and we go to next. Now all of a sudden we've got just those empty text boxes out of the way. Now that doesn't mean we don't have a lot of other problems, because we see right here we're missing alt text for 27 more items. So we can go to that and it will bring us right to that alt text. In this case, this is bringing up this app data Microsoft Windows. It doesn't even look like it's something we can understand. And we can change that to black ball with footprint saying carbon to show we are talking about, I'm a bad typer, carbon footprints. Now, so that you might say, okay, that's a lot of detail. Do we need that? Well, you can also, in this particular case, and in this case, it's footprints. Now, in this case, I'm doing footprints on an earth. This is honestly not really going to help anybody. So what I can do is I can simply mark that as decorative. And so when we start thinking about each one of these things, we can say, do we want to describe this in detail? Do we want to explain what pre-cycling is? In this case, this pre-cycling thing actually gives a lot of information. So I'm going to want to do a detailed description so that somebody can get that information. In other cases, this one, think simple, think ahead, pre-cycle, honestly, that's decorative. So let's focus on entering what this is all about and showing this description. And we can then go, again, image to an image to an image. In this case, we can just say garbage recycling bins, move on to the next. In this, I'm going to tell you a lot of this is a lot of images, which are different ways to upcycle. So you might want to describe those as different things so that somebody actually gets that sense. But this is how easy it is to just go through and write those descriptions. Make them meaningful. If it is something that is just decorative and it's not going to help the learner understand, then mark that as decorative. They don't need to take that time. But in this case, I would have to go through and explain all these different methods of upcycling and how that can actually help. So that's how you make meaningful alt text. We also want to take a look at descriptive link text, because our links sometimes go to places that we may not. Here we go. Benefits of organic food, I think, is like a great example here. So here is some place where I've sent them to different websites. Now, traditionally, we used to have it so you would have to read out the entire thing. I want you to understand with a screen reader, what the screen reader would do is read every one of these letters. So imagine you're a student, it comes along, organic food costs more, https://marketwatch.com, blah, 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 blah. Student has no interest in actually getting to that website until, and the same with this one. So what we want to do is we want to give those meaningful alt text. So you select on that, you right click, and it will give you an option to edit the link. And this just gives it all here for you. Edit that hyperlink. Right now, that's the address for the hyperlink. And I can put here, Dirty Dozen, organic food, you want to buy. And click on OK. Now it's turned it into a link that the student actually might want to click on, and it turns it into something that is actually easier for that student to read. And we go right here, and we could do the same thing. Clean 15. Don't buy these organic. So that way it's actually giving each one of our students a reason to click on that link, and it's giving them that descriptive link. So I hope this helps you understand, again, why you need to add that different alt text, why you need to describe those links correctly, and why it's important to make sure that your documents are accessible.